So welcome back to the Universe of Young Entrepreneurs. I'm just sitting here after the show with Tana Goertz. Tana, how you doing?
Good.
Having fun on the show?
Yeah, look, you got me. I'm on my way to yoga, and he wants to put me on camera, so what are you going to do?
So we want to just kind of go over a couple things. Tana and I can talk for hours, and she can give so much insight. I mean, we're honestly the same people, but I'm a guy.
He's a man.
When we go into a room, the energy is
true.
Outstanding, and people attract to you for what we do.
Definitely.
So first, I forgot to do on the show, just what books have you read that really influenced you?
Yes.
And you think other young entrepreneurs out there should read?
And I'm so glad I brought them for the visuals. So I love this book. It's called Crush It. And this book really helped me realize, as I was mentioning earlier on the podcast, that you want to tap into your passion. So this book just talks about passion is worth a lot of money, and I love it. So Crush It, I would highly recommend. This book, I was going to do some work with Sharon Lecter, and she's a wonderful woman, as well as there's some experts by Napoleon Hill. And
Great guy.
Yes,
Love
I
him.
know he's one of your favorite authors. Outwitting the Devil. And this book talks a lot about something that I don't deal with a lot, and that is self-doubt, or listening to the voices in your head saying you suck or you can't do it. And she talks a lot about just outwitting that and how to just tap into your own power as well. And then, of course, Donald Trump's book, Think Big and Kick Ass.
Great book.
This is a great book because it helps young entrepreneurs or people in general realize you're going to be thinking anyways, so why not think big? And
exactly.
I mean, like, saying if I could talk about, I want to speak to a group, I want to speak to 10,000 people, not 10 people. So I'm going to be speaking anyways, so why not get on the stage where 10,000 people can see me and learn from me?
And
so
even if you think big, like that book made me think bigger. I'm like, he really thinks big. I mean, he's a billionaire, and it explains how big he thinks.
Right, exactly.
It's amazing how your mind, the limitations that it has. If you want something a lot bigger, you got to think a lot bigger.
Right, and like, the kicking ass part I love because, like I said, when Brandon and I really got to know each other and we got to work together was when he was in my program. That program kicked such ass in this city of Des Moines that there wasn't like a soul within a 50-mile radius that didn't know about my program.
Exactly.
So you're not like sort of touching the waters, you're kicking ass.
You were already a celebrity, but I remember going home after doing that. Somebody's like, "Can I have your autograph?" And I'm like,
oh my God.
I've never had to ask.
Right.
I'm like, I guess I'm a celebrity, but it's amazing what it can do.
It's so true. I mean, it's just so true. So when well, I'll let you ask the questions.
Tana's used to asking the questions. She's always, from the radio show we've been on, everything else. You've been the host, and now
he's steering
it around.
I'm the student, and he's the teacher, and I love that.
Oh, by the way, I got to show you that later. We went on a commercial together, and I think this is funny. So we had to do a 30-second commercial, and it was for the foundation that we raised money for. And going in, we thought somebody had actually had the script.
Yeah, like who wrote this?
So we go in, we look at each other, and we're like, what are you guys doing? Well, we didn't know. So within 20 minutes, we impromptu'd a commercial. And I'll put this commercial up on our link, and you guys can see it. Believe it or not, we did that and thought of that commercial within that 30-minute span, had it filmed, and they loved it. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, like, we have producers that are ready from a television station. Yeah. They're ready to shoot. We've got editors. We've got, everybody's set up, and we don't have the script. And so Brandon, this was his first experience at an oh shit moment, where it's like, we got to improvise, dude, because these are professionals and we're going to look like dumbasses. So let's make this happen. You remember?
I'm like, what are we going to do?
We got to make this happen. And he's like, what do we do? I go, let's start brainstorming. Okay, what's our goal? Okay, we're going to make this funny, and boom. Because there was no time for failure. Because it would have been a reflection of us, even though we didn't drop the ball. Somebody else did.
But we worked out. So, show that example. So we're really good at being in front of camera and the energy we have. So what I want you to give to the viewers and people watching this is you've been on The Apprentice, Donald Trump. You made quite the scene. I mean, you really made a scene in front of, was it 14 million viewers?
41. 41.
Sorry, excuse me.
I was on the Today Show too.
Brush your shoulder. Wait, okay. You're on the Today Show. What happened there? Let's hear that first.
Oh my God. So I went on the Today Show with Katie Couric, Matt Lauer, and I thought, well, I'm going to be on the Today Show as well as all the other contestants. I'm going to go, like, I'm not going to go on the Today Show and just be like, hey,
I'm a contestant.
Hey, it's over. I'm Tana. I'm like, screw that. I'm going with, well, let's give Sharon some cred. So I'm like, so anyways, they're like, so what are you doing now? And I go, oh, as a matter of fact, I wrote and self-published a children's book called I'm Bigger Than This, and so I put that on national television on the Today Show.
Smart for you.
Well, I was like, and so then fast forward a couple of years when I run into Trump. Trump's like, do you realize that 72 other contestants went on the Today Show, but nobody went with a product in hand? Yet we all knew we were going on the Today Show. So I'm like, that was a missed opportunity.
This is what we're so alike. You should have always got. I know, you always got to be ready for that moment.
You got to be ready. And so, so anyways, what was that experience like? It was fine. It was cool. It was great. I got to get in front of people. But what was really cool, and I don't even think you know this, is, so I'm going on the Today Show. I know I've got my book, but all everybody wanted to talk about was how I was this great Mary Kay person. And I'm like, okay, well, guess what? Mary Kay going to be no more because now the product's me.
Yeah.
So if that's what we're going to be talking about, Mary Kay's going to be paying my ass to say I'm this way because of Mary Kay, right? So I called Mary Kay Corporation and I got them to pay me, wait for it, you don't know this yet,
I haven't heard.
$15,000. I was on the Today Show for maybe, I don't know, 2-3 minutes max. And so Matt goes, so gosh, how did you become you? Like, how come you're like this? And I looked at the camera and I go, Mary Kay. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. So I got 15 grand to do that. And then I got $5,000 to go on all the other shows, Conan O'Brien, and Mary Kay paid me. So I got like $35,000 to say, I'm this because Mary Kay. And Mary Kay was a little small, between us, just between us, you know, a little small part of it, but I did get on the show because of Mary Kay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Isn't that great?
So that goes into always being prepared to be able to basically make an impression on people like you did for your product.
I did.
So going out, I didn't see that coming. Yeah. So the Apprentice, you got Fear Factor, you've been on morning shows, you've been all over. What are your tips or advice to people? Which you've even gave advice to people going on different shows like Boss or any other.
Yes.
What tips do you give to them to stand out and get a deal made or just get seen? Remember.
So what he's referring to is
becoming unforgettable.
Yeah, exactly. So my #1 presentation is the art of being unforgettable because so many people go, God, I remember you, I remember you, I remember you. Well, why are they remembering me and they're not remembering the girl who won, who should be remembered? Because I don't let you forget me. And whether that's my energy, whether that's my voice, whether that's my tone of, you know, the pace of my voice, I don't know what it is. But I know it is an energy that 99.9%, he's the 1% that has it, isn't acting like this. Why? Because they take themselves too seriously. Or they think they're too old and they got to grow up and be boring. And so being unforgettable is sort of being outstanding, standing out from the crowd. Businesses don't have this because if I had to choose between a bank, what bank is standing out to my mind? Right now, one is, and that's the bank that I withdrew my money and dropped it into this bank, is banks aren't, I could go out here right now and find 5 banks within a half-a-mile radius. So how is a bank getting me to invest in them, give them my money? They have to be a standout. But nobody knows how to do it.
Exactly.
So I just teach people to tap into what makes you unique versus him or her, or that business or that business. And you've got to figure out what that is. So with me, as I said, and I always use me as the example so you can realize it, is no other speaker's got my energy. No other speaker can put her ass on an airplane within a 24, you know, they need to have this contract, they need to have the deposit. Hell no. I'll get on an airplane if you have a 911 emergency. Okay, most speakers aren't like that. They're boring. Oh, they'll do their 1-hour keynote and that's all you get. Well, with me, as you know, you get a lot more than that.
You get more.
You get all of me.
More.
My clients say you get Tana time, and that is if you have got an audience of 500 people, and I get done speaking and I'm at my book signing table, I won't quit until every last one of them gets through the line. So every one of them is coming, getting a piece of business advice that I charge $200 an hour to give.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? My client's getting it for free because I can't say no because the client's paid me. So you get a lot more working with me. So it's kind of like, what do you have that you can offer the person that you want to do business with over somebody else? And if you don't have a trait, then you definitely need to call me, or you need to figure out what makes you different than that person. And you need to be outstanding. And what does that mean? Standing out.
Nicely said. I mean, that we live off of this, and I always say at the end of the show, become unforgettable.
Mm-hmm.
You do that, I do that, and it's going a lot of times out of people's comfort zone. They don't really realize what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So we mastered that. And if you guys want to learn firsthand, I mean, you give Tana a call and she'll speak. And I'll say this too. You give Tana a call and you go and have her speak wherever it is in the country. She gives a great show. And if you get it from this video, I'll even come along and I'll be a part of this.
Yeah!
I will come along, and if you could see two people in a room and see energy, we throw off energy that is freaking... Yeah. I don't know how to explain it.
People
it's so much fun. They're like, oh, we want them.
Right.
So...
That would be so fun. I'd love it.
Be sure to reach out to Tana. Hey, Tana.
HeyTana.com.
Exactly. So, hey, guys, thank you for listening. Tana Goertz.
Thank you. Adams, all the best. Go get them.
University of Young Entrepreneurs. We will see you guys later.
Take care.